Well, hello, California. It is time again to introduce you to a wonderful nonprofit that is doing such amazing work throughout the state. Today, we're joined by Allison at 916 Inc. Allison, thank you so much for being here. Woo!
Yay.
It's
Patrick,
a
thanks for
day.
having me. We love the United Way of the region. Thank you for having us.
Well, it's truly our pleasure. As you know, this is day three of our virtual fair, and we've met a number of really amazing and sort of inspiring nonprofits. But I think one mantra that really resonates is the great work that 916 Inc. does. And I'm so excited for you to be on to tell everyone throughout the state the great work that you do. So what is it that 916 Inc. does?
So, our mission statement is quite simple. We empower youth through creative writing. I love having such a succinct, simple mission statement. The impact that we have is, I always say, it's far more complex and far reaching than that, but we empower youth through creative writing. We are the organization here in Sacramento that does workshops, creative writing workshops with kids in grades 3rd through 12th all over the region. So we work both in school settings and we offer our own after school drop-in programs.
That's
We
incredible.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
We publish our kids as well. So many of our programs end up publishing a book. So that's really integral to our method, to our programs, is that we transform young people into empowered, confident, published authors. They see their name in print. And then we hold a book release party
Ah,
where we treat them like stars, like the stars
yeah,
that they are. And so essentially, the gist of our purpose, we talk a lot about how for impact we improve literacy. Yes, people love to hear about that, right? Like literacy,
right.
it's so important. And just as important is that we build their confidence, their self-esteem, we empower our kids, and we show them that their voice matters, that they have a story
Wow.
to tell. And we have the intention of having them fall in love with language, with writing, and with words, and with using their voice. So that's truly why we're here.
Falling in love with language. I love that sentiment. And oh my goodness, what a confidence booster you must see on some of the kids that come through the curriculum and how it does boost their confidence and really help refine their writing skills.
We truly do. We hear a lot. We've been around since 2011, so we're just now beginning to see more of our kids who are transitioning into adulthood,
Hmm.
because we serve so many grades. So I was just speaking with a student, Angelica, she read at our event this past weekend, our Not Literary Nights fundraising event, and she's a first-year student at Sac State. So she graduated last year from one of our programs, one of our high school programs. And she is speaking to me about how much 916 transformed her life and gave her confidence and boosted her, just her sense of herself and her words and her story. And most of our students don't necessarily go on to be writers. That's not really, that's what I've had other people ask me, like, well, are you building them up, to be writers down the road? We love that, but that's not really what we're about either. It's so many of our students go on to do anything, and we're trying to get them to see that they can do anything, to model that they can tell their story in myriad ways.
That's beautiful. Have you seen, I mean, as you know, we were chatting a little bit offline about the fact that 2020 has sort of presented a lot of new normals.
Yeah.
A lot of schools aren't in session, some are virtual. How has that sort of impacted your curriculum and the good work that y'all have been able to do?
Oh my gosh. So we, as soon as the shutdown happened in March, at first we just like, okay, we'll just go home and we'll see what happens in the next, few days or week or so. And our executive director and our programming staff quickly realized that the youth that we served needed us,
Yeah.
that the schools needed us, and that parents needed us. Parents were calling and asking for more support, for more activities for their kids to do. This was before schools, distance learning was all spotty and we had no idea what was happening yet. Schools were figuring it out. Everyone was rushing around. So we very quickly pivoted, for lack of, any
Right.
other word that's coming to mind,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
launched some virtual curriculum. And, this was a case where a lot of the parents were like, well, my kid's not really excited about sitting on Zoom, more online stuff. And then they just fell in love with it. So our virtual curriculum has been really exciting. We've gotten so much good feedback. we ended up launching virtual summer camp. So we usually do these week-long summer camps called Amplify, and that's one of our big programs in the year where we reach just a ton of kids. Yeah, so we did a little bit in person because we were able to reopen for a minute when the things were kind of
Right.
it's just been a whole, roller coaster of a
Right.
summer. We had to rapidly close again, but so we always had this plan of some in person, some online. And we definitely had students signing up for both, parents, who wanted both options. And then we quickly had to go back to virtual. Well, one thing that we did was we wanted to recreate this in-person experience. So our team put together adventure boxes that we mailed to every child that included, so like our method includes stuff like, you see these things, this is my own house, but I like to record here because I feel like it represents some of the imaginary art. We have this space, this creative writing space, it's just full of all these tchotchkes and themed things, and we use these as writing prompts, so it sparks imagination. So we sent children items, little found objects, little like action figures or, fast food toys, those little things to serve as characters. And then we'd have prompts throughout the week that would say, write us a story about this character. We sent them, I don't know, just all sorts of things in this box, things that they would interact with. We use keys a lot in our method. So we'll, hold a key and let's write about what this might unlock, Is it a secret chest? Is it a door? Is it a secret garden? So we found that the tangible, especially with the younger set, the 3rd and 4th graders, the tangible really helps to connect them and ground them to their writing. So
that's so creative. I love that.
Yeah, and it was a surprise for them. It was this exciting piece of mail. It was whimsical. It really brought our brand through. So we heard, this was the best thing to happen so far this year or since the shutdown. We heard a parent who said her child had been, her 5th grade child had been essentially depressed for a few months, not seeing her friends. And then she saw her just come out of her shell for the first time. She's like, oh, she's laughing again for the first time in a month or so. And that's, we really pride ourselves on taking care of the social emotional growth and development of our young people.
Absolutely.
So,
and we
we're
can all
continuing that through the fall. So we're working with schools this fall, and we're doing all sorts of, we have drop-in programs. So we're doing everything online right now, except we have one in-person. We have an outside in-person program right now going on. The city approached us to do an open-air program. So yeah, we're doing a ton. Thank you.
Doing a ton, and it's so inspiring to see how quickly you've been able to pivot right as the times demand. What does partnering with a campaign like the Our Promise Give Back mean for a group like 916 Inc.? What does that mean for your organization?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, every single donation from a community member that comes in, so I see those and it fills me with joy to know that our community believes in what we're doing. So that, yes, the money is super important, but having this community of supporters behind us really just builds us up as staff. And when things are hard, when things have been hard this year, to feel the support that comes, to see, the check that comes from United Way, and to see, tons of people are supporting us and have our backs.
Wow.
And then, it's all unrestricted funding. So that general unrestricted funding lets us be nimble and responsive in times like these. It lets us do things like this summer, we were able to make half of our summer camp spots free for low-income kids, right? Wow. So we do, it's a fee for service. So some parents are paying, but 50% of our spots were totally scholarship. So we're committed to doing things like that. That's so important to us. Right. So it's because of having that access to funding. This unrestricted funds allow us to help out a school that wants to hire us to come in but can't quite meet the full fees that are needed. So we're able to help, cover some of those costs. So that's what it does. It helps us just reach the kids who need us the most and who don't have that access. So thank you.
Of course. My goodness. Thank you. And thank you to everybody at 916 Inc. for the incredible work that you're doing. As we mentioned earlier, everyone needs some whimsy right now, and sort of championing that inner creative spark that we all have. I think the work that you all do is so important and so incredible. So Allison, thank you.
Can I tell you a few things about how to reach us and how you can find some resources we have? So we have a ton of online resources if you're a parent or if you're an adult and just want to watch some fun, whimsical content. We have a YouTube channel. We've been running a TV show all summer, and we've just launched season 2. Yeah, so it's totally free. Check it out. Look for us on YouTube, 916 Inc. We're very easy to find. On our website, we also have a full library of prompts and sparks. That's what we call the things that spark imagination that you can use with your young writers at home. You can find our programs there. You can sign up for things. You can sign up for our newsletter. And of course, you can donate right there too if you want to donate separately, but you should donate through United Way's giving Our Promise, through the Our Promise campaign.
Well, I know what I'm watching. I'm going to binge watch all of that first season tonight.
It's really fun. Season 2 has some even more exciting special guests too. So keep it, yeah. So you can start watching it now too.
Well, I love it. Thank you again, Allison. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for being a part of the campaign this year.
Thanks for having us.